John, you're gonna do this, so do this.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's go.
All right, so this is Lifeboats. Look out, a reef, were the last words of the lookout before the ship collided. The majestic Santa Tamia suffered water and leakage, list, and finally it sank.
We're all of an age to where we all suffer from water and leakage.
True, yes. Everybody to the lifeboats, the captain shouted from aft. Each man for himself. Women and children are not aboard. Hastily, the lifeboats are touched down on water to reach the islands appearing at the horizon.
Ooh.
So we're in trouble.
Some more than others.
Yep. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a prep at first. May I have the pointer, please, sir?
Please, by all means.
Thank you, sir.
My pointer is your pointer.
Yep. So all the boats are going to start here. If you notice that they have these crest shapes, so as the boats move along, they're going to stop at these shapes here. In turn order, and Craig, it was randomly decided, is going to be going first when we get to that point. He's going to be deciding where his boat is put out. Now, we all are assigned colors, which are denoted by these discs here that'll stay in front of us. That's the only purpose for these discs, is so everyone remembers who their color is.
Here, I'll put mine. And there you go. Sure.
Yep.
There you go.
So other than this initial placement of your boat and some tiebreaker rules at the end, other than those two reasons, the color of the boat, it's not your boat. Okay? And I'll explain that as we get there. So we're going to be placing our boats out in turn order, and there's a black neutral boat that Craig will place out in this spot here. So to win the game, when a boat gets to an island, so when it gets to this spot, it unboards, disembarks.
Disembarks.
Yeah.
There you go. Right.
And there's 3 islands up here, and they each have different scoring parameters. You'll notice that there are big pawns and little pawns. Right. So we all have 2 big pawns, otherwise known as officers.
Officers. Yes.
And we have
enlisted peons.
Yep, 5 sailors.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So if you get each island is different scoring. So if any boat that lands here comes here, 3, as you can see. Each captain or each officer that lands here is 8 points, 6 points, 6 points, 4 points, 7 points, 5 points, respectively. Okay. Once a boat disembarks, it comes over here. Back to my original point. If there's a tiebreaker, whatever color boat is further up in this order will break the tie. So that's the only other time that the color of the boat matters. All right. So how do we actually play this game?
How do you play this game, John?
So we're all gonna decide where our boats are put out, and then we're going to fill all the boats with our pawns. Right. So maybe I go here, and then Martin will pick where he goes. Right. So we're gonna fill the boats. Okay. And then the majority of the game is played with these cards. So we all have, in front of Edward's spot there, we all have 1 color of each player, plus 3 captain cards.
In the black boat.
In the black boat, correct. Yep. So the game is negotiation. Everything we're going to be doing each round is negotiating. And the way we decide on the specific action is by flipping over a card, right? And whatever the majority color is, that is what takes action. I'm going to go over the actions. The captain cards cancel out an action, right? So say it's 3 yellows to 3 oranges, right? Or no, 3 yellows to 2 blues, for example. So yellow would win that vote.
Sure.
But if I played a captain card, I would say, actually, that vote's not happening. I'm overturning it. Right, and I get to decide what color takes action. All right. If more than 1 person plays a captain card, all captain cards cancel out. Okay. And you only get 3 of them, and they're limited.
We play cards simultaneously?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be talking. We're going to say, Ken, I'll play yellow if you play yellow, and nothing's binding.
Gotcha.
Right.
Sure.
So this is played over 3 rounds. So after we've done all the setup, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to vote on which boat gets a leak. All right, so we have these little pieces here that are look like water. They're leaks, and they fit right into the boat here. Now, let's say a boat is full, right? If that boat is full, we're gonna all decide on which boat gets a leak.
Yes.
If the boat is full, then another vote is going to happen based on the people that are in the boat.
And how many votes they get,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So each officer is worth 2 votes, and each I always forget sailor is worth 1 vote. So, for example, if I had this configuration, I would have 3 votes. So, if I played a purple card, that is worth 3 votes.
Right.
Yellow has 1 vote.
I think you should vote on purple in that case, because whoever has the most votes
Gets
gets
kicked
out.
off. Yep. Now, if the boat is full, only the players present in that boat get to partake in the vote. Right. If there's a spot, then it gets a leak.
Yeah.
So a full boat kicks somebody out. A boat with a spot gets a leak. Just 1 leak.
What happens when there's more leaks than there are sailors and officers on board?
So at the end of this phase, because we check leaks twice, if there are more leaks than people, like pawns, on board, the whole boat sinks.
So same number, nothing, but more.
More. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So the boat's out of the game. It doesn't take a spot over here, and anybody on that boat is just
Amazing how
is dead.
quickly it happens.
And that's strictly more, not the majority. So if it's 2 to 1, it would sink.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. If there's more water than pawns, it's gone.
Okay.
Okay.
And you said if you get a leak and it's full, 1 person has to go away, but no leak comes.
No, the leak still comes.
Yeah,
The
the leak
leak is
comes. Oh, the leak does
replacing one
come.
of the players.
Yeah, no
It's
one gets
just
kicked
a
off.
vote
Right.
for
Yeah, sure.
who is.
It's like
Yeah.
the hole was there and the guy just went bloop right through the
yeah,
hole.
right through it and plugged it
Okay.
for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish
Exactly.
he plugged it. But he didn't.
Yep. So remember, when we're doing our voting, you can play a captain card and overrule it.
Those are one-time use.
Yep. So whenever whoever has this is the first player. If there's ever a tie, whoever has this, whether they're involved in the vote or not, gets to decide how to break the tie.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right.
So that's the first player marker or the.
Does that pass around during the game?
Yeah, it'll pass clockwise. Yep.
Okay.
So after we have decided which boat gets a leak, and then if necessary decided who gets kicked off, we decide which boat is going to move. Right. So we do another round of negotiation
And voting.
and voting. We say, okay, yellow boat's going to move. Right. So yellow
As well it
boat
should.
would move up 1 spot, and that's it. Okay.
Yep.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to be doing what's called jumping ship. Okay. So in turn order, starting with the first player, they have to remove one of their. It's like a fire drill, right? If you're doing it at like a traffic light or whatever, you know. So if you take 1 pawn out of 1 boat and put it in the back, and everybody does that, right? And then
So if
yeah.
I had dudes in both those boats and nobody has jumped out of those boats, I can choose to jump out of that boat, or I must choose to jump out of that boat.
Yep.
Once somebody's jumped out of that boat, nobody else jumps out of that boat.
Okay.
Okay? There will be a case where you can't jump out.
yeah.
That's right.
Yep. So it will go around in turn order, and then the last person to decide where they jumped out, they decide first to jump back in, and you can't jump in the boat that you jumped out of. Right. So everybody's swapping positions.
Is there a penalty if you
And-
can't jump out of a boat?
Yeah.
Well, no.
No. If
Yeah.
you can't jump out, no. If you can't jump in,
You're dead. Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Musical chairs.
Yep.
So, and it can be any boat?
Yeah. Any
Yes.
boat you're present in,
And-
you can jump out of.
any
So,
boat that
yes.
hasn't
If
arrived
there's
at
a
the
boat-
island.
If there's a boat there and I'm
Yes.
here, I can still jump in that boat?
100%.
Great play.
Yeah.
It's a great play.
You'll
Okay.
see.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
And you also may be forced to jump out of said boat.
Sure.
And they,
Okay.
that boat might end up getting,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
But
And then
that's
at the end of this phase, we check for leaks again.
Yep.
So we don't add leaks, but if there's more leaks than pawns, that boat sinks.
Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and
until
repeat, and
Whoever
that's
has
it
the most
until.
points wins. Hey, thanks for watching, y'all. I know I say that at the end of every video, but that's because I really appreciate that y'all take the time to watch the videos that we create. So if you enjoyed it, and I think you did, then watch a few hundred of those. Don't just watch 1 or 10. Do that. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and consider supporting the show on Patreon, because you know what? It really does help. Thanks, y'all.